Now we can look at the general reduction. Consider maxat input little f. Let's define the ILP. Our goal is to maximize the number of satisfied clauses. So we have a maximization problem. For each clause, we have a variable zj, which denotes whether the clause is satisfied or not. It's going to take value 1 if the clause is satisfied and 0 if it's unsatisfied. So since we want to maximize the number of satisfied clauses, that means we want to maximize the number of clauses where their variable zj equals 1. This sum will be the number of satisfied clauses. Now what are the constraints? Recall we have a variable for each variable in the formula, and we also have a variable in the ILP for each clause in the formula. So let's go over the variables in the formula first. So for I going from 1 to n, we're going to constrain yi to be between 0 and 1. And since this is integer valued, it takes value 0 or 1. Now for each clause, similar constraint, zj takes value 0 or 1. And then we have the constraint for the clause that we just reviewed. So for clause cj, we look at the positive literals. So for each variable which appears in this clause in the positive form, the bad case is when that corresponding variable yi is set to 0. That means that literal is not satisfied. Similarly, for each variable which appears in the negative literal, it's unsatisfied when yi takes value 1, which means 1 minus yi has value 0. And we're going to impose this as an upper bound on zj. So if all the literals in this clause are unsatisfied, then zj is forced to take value 0. So this clause is unsatisfied. And if at least one literal is satisfied, then zj can take value 0 or 1, and since we're maximizing, zj will take value 1 if it can. Finally, we have the constraint that these variables, the yi's and the zj's, are integer valued. So they lie on this n-dimensional grid. Actually, in this case, we're in n plus m dimensions. Now that defines our reduction from maxsat to integer linear programming. In fact, it's equivalent. So this integer linear program is equivalent to the original maxsat problem on this input f.